Makeup Void. I'm Trin and welcome back to today's video. We are doing a tag encouraged to me by Miss Melissa Nadaline. She just said, hey, I'm grabbing a bunch of people. Do you want to do this video? And I said, absolutely yes. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, but I am also not qualified to film this video. This is a Halloween tag and I am not a spooky person. If I did this is all my spooky palettes, I'd have 3. 2 of them I just bought. So I'm not a spooky person whatsoever. But she asked if I wanted to film this video. I said yes. So we're doing this Halloween tag. So I hope you enjoy this video. We're doing a get ready with me style, as you can tell, because this video is hella long. So like, subscribe, stay tuned. You don't get to see Moose in this video because he was just being a big scaredy baby. Yep. Let's go ahead and get rolling. I'm going to try to do a quick eye look for today's video because we have a lot of questions and Moose is being a big scaredy cat because the trash man's outside. Alright, so I've already done a 3 looks 1 palette with this video, so I'm not going to really talk about what I'm doing, and honestly I want to keep it super simple. I don't even want to use a matte today, so I'm just going to go in with the About Face Shadow Stick in the shade Pearly. Alright, so the first question is, do you get scared easily? Get in my lap, boy. Come on. Get in my lap. Okay. So do I get scared easily? 110% yes. I am such a big scaredy cat. My cats have taken after me. Moose isn't too much of a scaredy boy, but Freddy is a big scaredy baby. Love him to death, but I am definitely a big scaredy cat as well. I am underqualified for this video because I get scared easily so badly. I don't like horror movies or anything, so some of these questions I'm kind of like, got a little bit of reflection from the palette. Just kind of like a little bit of, I don't really know the best way to, but I can say that I do get scared easily. So let's just move on to the next question because that's as simple as it gets. Number 2, what scares you the most? Literally everything. Like I literally just said, I don't do horror movies. I don't like gore. But I will say that I do like a good Stephen King novel. I am finally getting around to reading some of his books, and I sort of like picked up a few over the years, just like at book fairs and stuff. And I should have gone to the one this season in October, but they're always on Sundays, so I can't go. You are making sharp biscuits on my arm, dude. Sharp little biscuits. Okay. Whew, that hurts. Can I get my arm underneath a blanket? Okay. Sorry, I have to get situated with the cat. Alright. So I only have one hand to work with. I'm going to go into the shade Shatter Looking Glass, which I used in the video, my No Pan Left Behind, but I didn't give it time to shine, so we're going to use it today, and that's absolutely freaking gorgeous. So, what was the question? What scares you the most? Everything? Let me just list off the things that I'm afraid of. Why don't we? I am afraid of the dark. I'm not afraid of clowns. Like, clowns creep me out, but I'm not afraid of clowns. I am afraid of, let's be real, if you're new here, I have schizoaffective disorder. I hear voices, and not all my voices scare me, but sometimes they can be a little disturbing. So they freak me out sometimes. The dark is a big one because I think the voices are gonna come out and get me. I am definitely afraid of spiders. If they're outside, I'm pretty fine with them. But once they're inside, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. There was actually a big spider we saw at work, and it crawled underneath the desk where we couldn't get to it. And everyone was freaking out. I'm going to take a little bit of Wicked Wildflowers. Just in the center. Or just in the inner portion. But Yeah, there was a giant spider one day at work, and it crawled to where we couldn't get to it. And we tried to use like Febreze to get it out, which was so hilarious. So funny. But yeah, I'm afraid of spiders. I'm not afraid of blood. Blood doesn't bother me. Not clouds, the dark, whatever spooky things that you can think of, I'm probably afraid of it. Gonna go in with the Elf Soft Glam foundation today, because that's literally that look. We'll do a wing once I do the rest of my makeup, but that's that look. My phone. My phone got dark, so I can't see the questions. Love that for me. We're already on the third question. And I am just now getting to foundation. Alright. So I'm gonna have to just be like, surprise, here's the final look. We'll just have to turn this into a get ready with me where I don't talk about the tag, because I'm gonna fly through these questions. Alright, what is your favorite Halloween tradition? So this is where I'm really not qualified for this video, because I don't have any Halloween traditions. I have one Christmas tradition, and I guess maybe if Nadine likes me enough, if she likes this video enough, she'll ask me to do a Christmas tag. But because I'm more of a Christmas person, I'm more of a 4th of July person, more of a Thanksgiving person, more of a every other holiday person. But so I don't have any Halloween traditions. You know, as a kid, I went trick-or-treating, but that was when I was a real little kid, because we started going to church when, oh, you big baby, it's just a trash man. But, so I don't have any Halloween traditions. Like, I went trick-or-treating as a kid when I was real little, and then my parents started taking my brother and I to church, and then they were like, Halloween is like the devil's holiday, we're not going trick-or-treating anymore. And I'm like, okay, it wasn't the most detrimental thing to me because I didn't really care for trick-or-treating as a kid. Hourglass Vanish Silk Concealer. But it was also just sort of like, what? So I think my last trick-or-treating was Halloween of 5th grade. So I think that was the last time I went trick-or-treating. And I was a lawyer. Yep. I was like, I just combined a lot of characters together, and I was like a witchy lawyer vampire thing. I was just like, I want to be all the things, and my parents were like, okay. So I was essentially a lawyer for Halloween my last year. And I didn't even want to be a lawyer. Like, I've never wanted to be a lawyer as a kid, so I don't know why I was a lawyer that last year. But so that is long-winded to say I don't have any Halloween traditions. I would love to be that person that goes like apple picking or to like pumpkin patches. There was this most amazing pumpkin patch in Nebraska. If you are ever in the Omaha area around Halloween, or if you just live in Nebraska, Vala's pumpkin patch is so cool. Like, it's even cool for adults. I feel like most pumpkin patches are just for kids, which is why I don't really care to go to them as an adult. But Vala's pumpkin patch in Omaha, it's like, I don't know, 30 minutes outside of Nebraska, or 30 minutes outside of Omaha. But that pumpkin patch is amazing, even for adults. So I do have some good memories of going there with friends as an adult, but that was never a tradition or something that we did. We just kind of did it once or twice. Okay, so I think I'm gonna skip powder, brush. I think I'm gonna skip wearing a Star Wars shirt today. I think I'm going to skip. We need some color on the face, so let's go in with Milani, their Cheek Kiss Cream Bronzer, because I am desperately trying to use this up, and it ain't going so well. No, it's not, because if you see this, literally the only product is like on the very outside ring, like in the pan, so I'm like swirling around the outside of it all. So I'm trying to use this up, y'all. I was like, I'm not going to put it in my project pan because I'm going to use it up super quickly. And I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Alright, so what's your go-to Halloween candy? I don't, like, what is a specific Halloween candy? Like, what, like, besides candy corn and maybe, like, candied apples, which would you consider a candied apple candy? Would you? I don't know. Tell me in the comments, because I have no idea. Okay, so my go-to candy, like, year-round, honestly, is Reese's. I just love a good Reese's cup. I love all of the variations, like the ones with pretzels, a Reese's cup with pretzels in it. Maybe it's called their Take 5. I don't know. Whatever that is so amazingly good. I don't have it often. But, I mean, I love candy. I love candy in general. I think my favorite candy overall is sour gummy worms. I think if you're like pointing something sharp in my back, I'd have to say sour gummy worms. I freaking love sour gummy worms, especially when going to the movie theater. Oh my goodness, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I love freaking sour gummy worms. But also, when you go to a movie theater, I feel like you also have to have chocolate. Like, you can't, like, I can't just have sour gummy worms at a movie theater. I also need chocolate. So, Reese's and sour gummy worms are probably my favorite. My husband loves a good Twix, but he also found this sour gummy company that's kind of like what we call indie in the beauty world. It's indie. I think it's called Sour Boys. So it's a small candy company called Sour Boys. He absolutely loves that candy, and I've tried a few pieces of it, and I don't really get to try most of it because he eats it all really fast. I don't know why my camera keeps zooming in and out. I'm literally not doing anything. Okay, for blush, we will go into the Hypnosis blush by ColourPop. It's in a project pan, and two, it's Gengar. And Gengar is a very popular and very spooky Pokemon. He's a ghost type. Very, very spooky. So at least my blush is spooky at the very least. So, number 5, have you ever done a couple's Halloween or group costume? I've only dressed up for, I've dressed up for Halloween twice as an adult. One year I was a Pokemon trainer, and that was really fun. And then one year, no, I've done it 3 times. So one year I've never done a group. Answer the question, I've never done a group Halloween costume thing. My husband is not into Halloween. Same like me. It's just not a holiday we get excited about. But as an adult, I dressed up like Boo from Monsters, Inc. I've done Pokemon trainer. And then a few years ago at my job, this is too much blush. Is this too much blush? Is it? And then a few years ago at my job, I was Baby Yoda. That was before we knew Grogu's name. So back then I was just Baby Yoda. But Grogu. And I can dress up for Halloween this year, but I'm not going to because I can't afford a Halloween costume. Because ideally, I'd like to be Pikachu. I would like to just buy a Pikachu onesie and be Pikachu for Halloween. I could dig out my Grogu costume, but it's covered in cat hair because good old Freddy uses it as a cat bed. So, that's why I am not dressing up for Halloween this year, is because my one costume has cat hair all over it. And I've never done a group one. Just, that requires a lot of planning on everyone's end, and I have never, it's just, also, I'm working on Halloween, and I'm working with the back end of my coworkers' weeks, and I don't really work with them, and so I can't really reach out. It just occurred to me now that I could reach out and be like, hey, do you guys want to dress up for Halloween as a group? Just occurred to me now to ask them about it, and there's no time. So, are you superstitious? This is a loaded question. because I'd like to believe that I'm not superstitious. And then I started working in mental health, and I'm like, maybe I am superstitious. But as of right now, I'm kind of like I need to see the evidence kind of person. But do I believe in aliens? This isn't a question, but do I believe in aliens? Yes, I do. I do believe aliens exist. And it's mostly because of my husband and the weird stuff he shows me. But I do believe aliens exist. So I hope that counts for something. I hope so. Have you ever been to question number 8. Have you ever been to a haunted house, real or entertainment? No. Why? Because I'm literally afraid of everything. At Val's Pumpkin Patch, there is a haunted house. But it's not really spooky. And it's not really like, they don't, like, it's sort of like a walkthrough at your own pace haunted house. It's not like a true haunted house. So I don't know if that would count. But if you know Val's Pumpkin Patch in Omaha, and if you think there's a haunted patch, if you think that there is a haunted house there, then I've been to that. But otherwise I haven't. Because I don't like scary stuff. If you take away anything from this video, I do not like scary stuff. What powder blush should I use? I think we should go with my go-to, like, I don't know what to use blush, which is Butter Together, the NYX Buttermilk blush, this shade. It's kind of like my, I don't really feel like doing anything blush, but I feel like I need a little bit extra blush. So, number 9, favorite horror monster or villain. I could tell you my least favorite horror monster, which is Chucky, because I watched that as a 4-year-old, 3 to 4-year-old at my babysitter's house, because the older kids thought it'd be a good idea to traumatize a toddler. So I'm deathly afraid of Chucky. I am better with my fear of Chucky, but like for decades, I literally could not even look at Chucky without feeling like horrified. Is this too much blush? We're gonna do a wing to kind of anchor down the look. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's fine. So, favorite horror monster or villain? I'm going to try doing a wing on camera. Let's see if this works out. So number 9, favorite horror monster or villain. I don't watch scary movies. The closest thing that I've watched to a scary movie is Silence of the Lambs, which I don't think that is a horror movie whatsoever, but I did enjoy the movie. Like, it took me decades to watch Silence of the Lambs. I'm talking like decades as if like I was like 70. I'm only 31. But it took me years to finally watch that movie. And there is a funny, dark story to that. But, so, I guess, what's his name in Silence of the Lambs is my favorite horror person. My favorite villain, I guess, is the guy in Silence of the Lambs. But I wouldn't really count that as a scary movie. So, I don't know how to answer that question. I don't know how to answer any of these questions. What am I talking about? So, it'd probably be him. Probably be the doctor in that one. I call it less of a horror movie and more of a thriller, which are movies I do really like. I do like a good thriller movie. Not that I can think of any on top of my head. But if I know a movie isn't like gonna be like completely scary, if I know it's gonna be like just sort of whatever, if I know it's not gonna be so scary, then I will be down with it. But otherwise I don't really. So, the bad guy in Silence of the Lambs. That's my answer. Number 10. Do you prefer gores or thrillers? I literally just answered this in the last questions. I prefer thrillers. I do not like gore. I do not like ghost movies. I don't like any of it. So, thriller movies all the way. And I'd put Silence of the Lambs in a thriller movie. I think so. I also did read Silence of the Lambs, the book, after I watched the movie, and I don't think it's all that scary. So, what did I say? I did mention a couple questions ago that I've been reading Stephen King books, and so if this was based on, like, books, in terms of scariness, I literally just started The Shining last night. Like, I tried reading it a year ago, around this actual same time, and my brain was like, you know what? This isn't a good time of year for me to read The Shining. So I put it down, and of course, this is the same time of year, and I'm like, I'm gonna read it again. This was About Face, like their gel liner, Into the Void, their black one. I need to do something. Do I really need to do something on the lower lash line? Do I really need to? We're gonna smudge it out. We're gonna smudge it out with, let's do Shattered Looking Glass. Let's smudge it out with Shattered Looking Glass. So, if we're talking about books, again, I wouldn't really consider this, like, scary, but my favorite book probably of the year that I've read, and I haven't read that many books, but easily my favorite book of the year that I've read is The Stand by Stephen King. That book isn't really scary. It is disturbing, if you want to count that as scary. I wouldn't call it like a true scary book, except for chapter 38. I would 100% recommend reading The Stand. 100,000%. It is a big, long book. Keep that in mind. It is very big. It is very long. But trust me, it is so worth it. And even, just get, you know what? Just get to chapter 38. That's all I'm going to tell you. Chapter 38 is probably the most effed up piece of literature I have ever read. It's chapter 38 of The Stand. It's probably the most. And I've read quite a few Stephen King books. The Long Walk is pretty disturbing. I still need to do highlighter. Where's my cat? Still need to do highlighter. Kind of like this look. I like it a lot. What highlighter should I use? What is an easy reach? There's only one highlighter in easy reach, which is my Overestimate the March highlighter. So that's an easy reach, so we're going to use that. I'm not showing you because I'm going to add this into my project pan. I took it out to kind of play to see if I want to put it in my project pan. I do want to put it in my project pan. So I'm not showing y'all what it looks like. So The Stand is probably my favorite. The Long Walk is also very disturbing. That book is like a dystopian 16-year-old, I think it's like 14 to 16-year-old boys have this like competition where they walk as far as they can, and they only get 3 warnings if they stop. Like, literally, you don't stop to eat, drink, or sleep. Like, if you have to go to the bathroom, you're doing it on the road. Also, all of this is televised for people's enjoyment. All of it. So, The Long Walk is such a good book. It's a short Stephen King novel, so if you want a quick read, The Long Walk 100. So, maybe it took 2 days, but it's so short. And I'm a fast reader, so it took me like maybe a day and a half. Okay, so Long Walk and The Stand chapter 38 are my favorite thrillers, I guess. I didn't really answer the question. Mascara, I shouldn't take my hair clips out. So, for the horror scary part of this video, I am doing mascara on camera. Because I'm going to stab myself in the eye with the e.l.f. Lash Extender mascara, because I always do. Alright, have you ever played with a Ouija board? No. I'm not superstitious, but I ain't touching that shit. Also, I can't decide if it's real or fake. Like, my brain's like, obviously it's fake, but my brain is like, what if it's real? So, I have not played with a Ouija board, and I never intend to. Again, my family decided to become church people when I was like in 5th grade, so that's when I stopped really caring about anything Halloween. And maybe if I got into being a teenager, I would have played with a Ouija board, but other than that, I've never played with one, and I have no ever intention to play with one. What was your favorite Halloween costume as a kid? And why? So I can't remember what grade it was, and I can't remember. I was a Pokemon for Halloween. I think I was Pikachu and my brother was Charmeleon. Or I was Charmander. No, I think I was Charmander. I can't even remember. I'm like, this is my favorite Halloween costume. The year I was a Pokemon. Because I love Pokemon. So that would be my favorite one. My favorite costume as an adult would probably be being Baby Yoda. Just because I got a lot of comments on how cute I was as Baby Yoda. So out of all three, probably was also. And then in first grade, I remember being a flower. So if we want to be ultra precise, I would probably say I liked being a flower because that was really cute and not scary whatsoever. So being a flower is my answer. And then why? It was cute. And I like flowers. I still like flowers. So, be honest, do you really only... So, last question, question number 13. Because... Oh, in terms of, like, superstitious, like, not Black Friday, Friday the 13th, I don't think I'm too superstitious about Friday the 13th, but I also never work on Friday the 13th, so I can't really say if I'm superstitious about that day or not, because I don't work those days. But maybe if I worked on Friday the 13th, I'd totally believe it. But I literally don't remember the last time I worked on a Friday. So, question number 13. Be honest, did you really only take one piece of candy if the sign says take one? As a child, 100% yes. 100%. Because I was a rule follower as a kid, and I always followed the rules. No matter what. So, 100% only took one candy as a kid. As an adult now, I'd probably get away with 2. I'd probably take 2. But as a little kid, I'd only take 1. So actually my look is completed. I still have to put on lipstick, but I kind of just want to do a gloss. Let me zoom out real quick. I'm really exposed. Zoomed out. Very exposed. That make it better? That made it worse. That's better. I'm just gonna go on with the e.l.f. Glow Reviver Lip Oil in the shade Rose Envy. So, that is it. That is this Halloween tag. I really hope I did What's Your Name proud. What is... I don't even remember your name, Melissa. Melissa, I hope I did you proud filming this video. Not the most exciting whatsoever. But this is my Halloween tag. And I am so happy that Melissa invited me to film this video and encouraged me to do it. I am so happy that she did because I think we did a pretty cute look. Not very spooky, not very Halloween-y at all. But I like it. I liked how this look turned out. So thank you all so much for watching today's video. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'll catch you on my next one. As always, have joy and bye!